Should you still study in the US even after Trump as an Indian? Now, I had the chance to study at Stanford, and that is one of the best things that happened to me in my life. And in today's video, I'm going to break it down whether you should study in the US or not, what you should keep in mind if you're planning to come to US, which courses to definitely not choose if you're planning to come to US. So without further ado, let's directly jump into it. First, US has higher salaries regardless of any country you're comparing it against. So at least 40 to 50% higher you're going to make in US, be it in tech, be it in finance, be it in any role that you're looking at in US, you will be making more money because majority of the money is here in US. Let's consider UK as opposed to US. In London, you would be earning less than what you will be earning in New York. It depends on which field. If it is tech, it can go up to 2x. Like you could be making £100,000 in UK and around $250,000 in US. Very much possible. I've seen Microsoft, Amazon people do that. 250,000 in US, £100,000 in UK. So that is possible. And even in finance, you can be making more money. You will be making more money in US. So if you're financially driven, then US is definitely numero uno on your list. Now, after Trump got elected, what are the implications on these higher salaries? Take this into consideration that Trump is very protectionist. He wants all of the jobs to stay in US. So a lot of high paying jobs that were being transferred to international countries are going to come back to US is what Trump wants. And if that happens, the salaries are still going to stay high in US, but might as well start falling in other countries. So US already had higher salaries, that might also start going more higher because Trump is a protectionist and wants to bring all of that back to US. So if I keep purely financial constraints in mind, US does make a lot of sense. Second, quality institutes, MIT, Harvard, Stanford, super amazing institutes, can any day have a competition against Oxford. But if you go into the ranking of top 10 institutes, you will find Berkeley there, you will find Yale there, you will find Cornell there. All of those are equally good institutes. But if you go in the top 10 rankings in UK, you'll start finding not so great universities. And if you find top 10 anywhere else in the world, top 3, 4 will be very good if of every country. But 9, 10th, 11th, you would be struggling with those universities, but not with the case with US. With US, even if you keep going down the list, you'll find really amazing universities, even if it's ranked 10th university. Third, OPT work visa. Even after Trump got elected, OPT work visa stays. You get to work in US for 3 years. So if you get to study, go for your master's right now, you still have 3 years to work in US. Take off your entire loan if you're planning to take a loan. You get to make enough good money. And the next important thing about US is US experience is required and loved all across the world. Let's suppose you work in US and come to India, the employees love it. Let's suppose you work in US and then go to Canada, employees love it. Let's suppose you work in US, then go to UK, employees love it. So US experience is accepted worldwide, unlike other experiences. So if, let's suppose you work in India, the first experience that a company in UK would want is show me British experience, or a Canadian company would say give me Canadian experience. Not with the US. If you work in US for 3 years, you are required all across the world. Amazing. The best thing about US. Fourth, if you have a good profile, US still has the most scholarship opportunities all across the world. All across the world, US still has the most scholarship opportunities. So if you work on your profile, do a good application, you are going to get a good scholarship in US. And let's suppose you do not have funds in US, you still have options like Empower Financing. First of all, they give tons of scholarships. But beyond scholarship, they also offer you loans. Now, loans where you do not need a cosigner or a collateral, which means they will be giving you a loan, an education loan, based on you and your potential, based on the degree that you're planning to go for, not on the basis of the house that you live in. They're not taking anything as collateral. They're investing in you and your future. Now, Empower has 400 plus schools where they can offer you such loans. And this is like a game changer. Like if you don't have the funds, but still make it to a very good university. Obviously, it is mostly for reputed universities only, the best universities. Now, if you make it to any of those 400 universities, Empower will be funding your education through a loan, wherein they won't be taking a cosigner or collateral. I'll leave the link of Empower in the description, but moving forward. Now, I already talked about all the pros. Let me also talk about the cons. The first major con of studying in US is that you're always on the edge. Now, you do not get a permanent residencyship like you get in UK within 5 years, or Ireland within 5 years, Germany 4 to 8 years, depending on how good year at German. In Canada also, there are a lot of ways you can get a permanent residencyship. In US, you don't have that. So you will always stay on the edge and you will be on an H-1B visa. A lot of your career would depend on a lottery. So yes, all of those things are still there in US, and all of that might just get exasperated after Trump. So that is one very bad thing about US. The immigration is still going to stay hard for international students, and especially for Indians, where the wait lines can go from 10 years, 20 years, 40, 50, and at one point I read sometime that it was 196 years. Yeah, so that is bad. Second, cost of education in US is still the highest. If you compare it with Germany, Germany has zero tuition fees. But as I say in all the videos, that's just for a couple of years. I'm pretty sure that that will change. But Germany right now has zero tuition fees. Meanwhile, in US, you'll be spending $20,000 to $60,000, depending on the degree that you're doing. So that is still a major con of US. And at the same time, in US, you'll be doing a 2-year degree. So the expenses of living are also really high, as opposed to, let's suppose, UK, where it is just a 1-year degree, Ireland, where it is just a 1-year degree. So the cost of living and the expenses of doing your education in US is definitely higher. Third, rise of anti-immigrant sentiments. Wait, look at this. Cuties. Okay, coming back. Rise of anti-immigrant sentiments. In US, the anti-immigrant sentiments have been skyrocketing after Trump got elected. There are talks that they would reduce the post-study work visa, they might remove post-study work visa, but I feel like all of that is a hoax. I highly, highly, highly doubt that any of those things are going to happen. Even Trump has himself said that he loves the H-1B program, and he has hired a lot of people with the H-1B program. Even Elon Musk and a lot of other people have used the H-1B program for their employees. So I don't think anytime soon OPT or the CPT is being scrapped. But yes, the anti-immigration sentiments are rising, which is the case all across the world. But still, UK is very welcoming, Germany is still very welcoming, a lot of European countries are still very welcoming, as opposed to US, which is not that much right now. So the most important question is, would Murad study in US, or would Murad tell his brother to study in US? Now, if my brother is planning to come back to India within 3, 4 years, 5 years, wants to work in the country for some years and then come back, US is a super amazing option. The amount of money that you get to make in US would be unparalleled. The kind of job opportunities and the strength of job market right now in US is unparalleled. So considering all of those things, 100% go for US. But if you have a long-term perspective, you want citizenship, you want residence, and you want a chill life, you don't want to stay on the edge, then Europe is one of the best options that you have. If you have a lot of funds, then US is your option. If you don't have a lot of funds, then applying for scholarships is the first thing that you have to do. And if you still don't get scholarships, then probably Germany is a better option. So considering all of those things, it depends. But if you have to go for cutting edge research, US is the place for you. If you're not going to US and you want to do research, like, what are you even doing? This best research across the world happens in US. Amount of money spent on research and R&D in US is unparalleled. So considering all of those things, you have to go to US. Grim ho gayi bahut zyada situation. Do you see? The sun just went away. I think this is the cue. Let's not talk more about US, but talk about UK. Should you still study in UK? Watch this video. I just made this video about UK, which is like a banger. Like, everyone is loving this video. So click, 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 click. All the recent updates about UK is in this video. Watch it. And check out Empower from the link in the description.